Welcome to episode 1579 of the Multifamily Collective. Today I had an opportunity to listen in on a conversation that was just truly insightful and amazing. And it was about culture and creating culture in our organization. And there were a lot of things that came to mind for me. But one of the things that was expressed during the conversation was this idea of culture being imbued in the minds of the people that are in your organization, and it plays out in the way of rituals and behaviors. And the imbuement comes from this repetition of ideas, rituals, values, and things in your organization. And what it brought to mind for me is to truly imbue your rituals in the minds of the people that work for you. You have to set up workflows that the rituals are embedded in. So every workflow in your organization, more simply put, every workflow in your organization should be organizationally designed to include all those things that you would like your culture to be. And the reason for doing that is because it creates this reinforcement of the behaviors and the rituals that you want to see in the organization, that you want to be expressed in the organization. The idea that culture is going to be perfect is, I think, non-existent. People, I'll say this right, wrong, or indifferent, are messy. People are messy. Emotions come into the workplace. But to the extent that you can intentionally organize your company in a way that all workflows have those rituals and routines and behaviors baked into the workflow, you get this repetition going that rewires the brain or rewires the synapses, right? So that you start to see those behaviors played out on a more consistent basis, on a more regular and routine basis. In part because they're baked into the workflow, but in part because they're getting to be a part of the DNA of the person that is working in the organization to create outcomes. That's a lot to unpack. And even in my own head, it's still forming on the heels of that conversation. But it did bring to mind for me that there needs to be an intentional organizational design about your company that is embedded in the workflow, where you embed the values of the company in the workflow so that it gets expressed out in the way of behaviors and routines in your company. Love to hear what your thoughts are. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.